podcast. Come take this walk with me.
Welcome back to the Three Parallels podcast with your host, the Brother Dr. Jason Branch, where we rediscover who we were, we embrace who we are, and we make room for who we're trying to become. If that is you, you are in the right space. You are here at the right time. Why? Because we are in the basement, although we're in the highest place that we can be in life, on life. And that's the top of the mountain. Right now, we're in Southern California on a mountain. And I say we because I'm talking about me and the man who made it all happen. And I ain't talking about God. I'm talking about the one and only Charlie James Branch. My dad is on the podcast today because I told you he would be, and now he is here. Why? Why not? So today's going to be a conversation around healing because I need you to see healing in real time. You heard the previous episode related to Disneyland and what we were able to do together. Now we're here now in real time, and you got the man, the myth, the legend himself. Let me tell you about Charlie James. Let me tell you. Let me tell you about Charlie James Branch. Let me tell you about my dad, okay? This man does it all, has done it all. He's the reason that I am who I am. And that is for all of us because you're going to be just like your parents, the complete opposite or somewhere in the middle. What other choice do you have? So what I was able to get from this man, the guy that I'm going to introduce you to, was swag. Number one. Swag, attire, the glasses, the hat. Okay, this is the originator. And guess who he got it from? His dad. I just want to talk about it. This for the dads. It ain't even Father's Day. Listen, it's Black History Month. And we making history in real time because I don't know any other podcaster in this game that's the GOAT of podcasting that has his parents on his podcast healing himself, them, and everyone else in between. That's what makes the Three Parallels podcast as amazing as it is, and that's what makes me the host that I am. Listen, this is receipts. This is your evidence. This lets you know who we are and who we can be. So, the man, the myth, the legend, he's a father. He's an entrepreneur. He's a truck driver. Anything with wheels, he can drive it. Whether it's one wheel, two wheels, 18 wheels, 25. As long as he got wheels, he can drive it, okay? You got wings, he can fly. This brother is fly. He bad. He bad.
I love it.
He bad. Wisdom, wise beyond his years, humble, a servant, a lover of God, a man of faith, a believer, a provider, a mentor, a friend, a brother, a man's man. He represents men to me because this is the first man I've never known. So the representation of a man comes from this man that I'm introducing you to today. I am proud to introduce the one and only Charlie James Branch. Welcome to the show, baby.
Yes. Glad to be with you.
Man, I'm glad you're here. We finna have a conversation. We ain't gonna take all day. We ain't got all day. We got other things to do. Because it's father-son time, and we choosing to spend a little time with y'all. Why? Because that's what we do. We the gift that keeps on giving. So let's dive right into it. I'm curious to know, with your years of life and knowing about people, places, and things, and just you, who you are and where you are, I'm curious about the person that you used to be and the person that you are now, because everybody that's listening and watching wants to learn how to become the best version of themselves. So to be someone as wise as you and live the life the way you've lived, how would you describe who you used to be and who you are now?
Well, I used to believe everything what I heard people say. And thought it was true. Then I found out it was some true and some false. And people can be jealous, don't want to see you doing good. But I give God the praise. He enlightened me into one person for real and not for real. And I look back now, the stuff that people told me, I realized that it was false. I don't get angry. And they tell me, I listen. And if it's false, I let it stay like it is and keep on moving. And try to do what's right. And I try to hang around positive people each and every day, put love in my heart, And I love meeting peoples. And when I see negative stuff, I stay my distance and keep on doing what I know right. And I give God the praise each and every day of my life. And thank God for my son and my daughter-in-law, my grandkids, the whole family with love each and every day.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Y'all heard it here first. So this is growth. This is healing. This is what it looks like. So I'm curious. The listeners are curious about this journey. So for many of you, again, if you listen to the previous episode, you got some insight and some information around my dad. You know, being born and raised in Alabama, and specifically, you know, being in Greensboro, having the courage, the audacity, the confidence to travel across the country and hang out, you know, with your son and your grandkids, your family. Like, it took a lot to make this decision to fly across the country. How did you get to a place to get enough courage and confidence to travel like this? Where did this come from?
Where the traveling come from, my mother was a Fanny B. Carpenter. When she was alive, she traveled, showed me and my brother how to travel when we was in the 9th grade. I've been traveling ever since then. I hadn't got tired yet. And I thank God for her that the Lord allowed her to be in my life till I got grown. And I still remember the stuff that she told me when she was alive. And I just pass it on down to my sons and grandsons and nieces and nephews and the whole family. How to love one another every day.
Love it. Love it. So that exposure, education, engagement, the mentorship allows you the freedom and flexibility to move, to choose. So speaking of moving and traveling, you know, everybody knows you are a car guy. You are a big time car guy. This man can fix any car. I've seen this man, my own eyes, build a car from the ground up, starting with the chassis and building a whole car where he put gas in it and it drove. I've never seen that before. And it was amazing. So curious, how did you get introduced to cars and especially like working on them and being great at working on cars, but never having formal training? How did you develop this skill and this love for cars?
Oh, my daddy had friends back when I was growing up. As age of 6 and 7, I used to watch them. When I got probably 15, this one man named Robert Dawson, he took a motor out of a car, and I watched him. He showed me what to take it loose. He showed me the tools, took it out. Then we both took it apart, and I watched him took everything out of all the parts out of the engine, laid it on the ground. We took the motor to the machine shop. Had the machine shop do what they need to do. Had the heads remodeled. Then we ordered the rebuild kit for the put the motor back together. So he did that, and I stand there and watch him. And the next year, I did one. He said, "You think you can do it?" I said, "Yeah." "You remember?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, show me." So I did it. Took it out, took the machine shop, got the overhaul kit, put everything back in it, put it back in the car, put it in time, wired it up, crank it up, got in it, put it in drive and drove it. Drive anywhere I want to go in it. And people, they didn't believe me that I did it. I said, "Well, you ain't got to believe me." I said, "But I know within myself I did it." I said, "By the help of the good Lord, you can do anything possible that you want to do. You put God first." And he showed me what to do and what not to do.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Thank you for sharing that. So that's the story related to getting into cars. And even with cars, like your love of cars, your love of working on cars, you still were able to pivot. Yeah. So a lot of people, they do one thing, they may do one job, they may get stuck in comfort, but you never did that. So you've had several lives related to work and play.
Yeah.
You know, how did you transition from loving cars to being a mechanic for cars and learning how to build cars on your own, figuring this out, and transition from that into driving trucks and 18-wheelers and dump trucks? How did you make that transition?
Okay, I learned that when I had got my license at 16. I believe I was 20 when, I was 20 when I noticed my dad and uncle, he had his own truck. And he used to come down to Greensboro by my grandmother's house. He would park the truck side the road and leave it running. Me and Ron, my brother, we used to run out there, look at it, walk around, look at it. And he would say, boys, y'all must like that truck. We said, yeah, we do. So we would stay out there outside till he got ready to go. And we would sit there and listen to him shift the gears till we couldn't hear that truck no more. And then when he came back, the next 3 months, he stopped by there. And I said, Uncle, I said, I want to do that one day. He said, you do? I said, yes, sir. He said, you got to have nerves to do that. I said, well, if you let me ride with you, I will have nerves. So he never let me roll with him. So when I finished high school, 1977, and went to Dayton, Ohio, the Buckeye State.
All day. Shout out to the Gym City.
Yeah. And I went up there and I got a job with this airline moving company downtown Dayton, Ohio on 3rd Street. So it was a white brother. He had his own truck. And I got a chance to move office furniture. Then sometime, we didn't do that. We had to go to the hospital and move big furniture. And I used to ride with this white brother. I must say a mixed brother. And I used to watch him. I used to get in the truck before he started up. And I sat there one day and I watched him. He said, why you be in truck? I said, I like watching you doing this. I said, one day I want to do this. He said, you been paying attention? I said, yeah. He said, you think you can, me in the truck with you, you think we can leave and make a circle and come back and you can drive the truck? I said, yes, sir. He said, you serious? Yes, serious. So he got out the truck and let me get in the driver's seat. So I went, pulled off. He asked me what I supposed to do first. I said, I got to start it up, build the air pressure up till the light go off. When the light go off, then it's time to go. He said, what gear you gonna put? I said, I'm gonna pull off in first gear. He said, well, what you gonna do for that? He said, you got to master clutch in first. Watch the RPM drop down to 0. And up to 0, then you put in first gear. And you pull off, ease over the clutch. So I did that. I went about a block and come back. I didn't have to shift no gear. And come back and park the truck back in the same spot where he had parked it. And he like, man, you was paying attention. He said, you gonna be a truck driver one day. So I went to truck driver school when I moved back to Alabama. And I just loved it because he gave me a chance.
So all you needed was a chance,
Yes.
and you took a risk. You took some courage. It took a risk. Also, what I'm hearing is this ability to make decisions related to, I don't know what I can or can't do, but I'm willing to try.
Right.
That's what I heard. Is that valid?
Right.
So it also, because I'm hearing more of you learning things by doing and learning by watching.
Right.
So if you could tell us more about your ability to watch someone do something and you emulate it, and before you know it, you're doing it your own way. Could you tell us more about that?
Yeah. Okay, back to mechanic. I watched my friend Robert Dawson. He in Livingston, Alabama. I watched him take a ring out of a Chevelle Malibu. He jacked it up, put it on his stand. And I said, what you finna do, Robert? He said, I'm finna take the ring out of it. I said, take it out. He said, well, I think that it was making a roaring sound. So he went and bought another ring and he jacked it up, took everything, the lugs off, jacked it up, pulled the axle out. He took all it's 10 bolts in the pan, take all the 10 bolts out. Lay the pan on the ground, then you got one nut in there. You gotta take a screw out, and there's a big long bolt in there, go between them. You take that bolt out, nut out, and then you pull the pin out. Then it got like a little wash in there. You take each wash off the axle, and the whole axle come out on each side. Then we did that. I think it's 4 more bolts in there that hold the ring. So 2 bolts on the right side, 2 bolts on the left side. Took them 2 bolts out, pulled the cap off, put the whole ring out, and he placed it on the ground. And then we looked at it to make sure it was the right ring for the go, and then we put it back, and I watched him do that. So a year after that, I had the same problem in Greensboro, Alabama. I took one out of a Chevrolet truck of mine and put it in myself. he said, you was paying attention. All I got to do is you let me watch. I catch on
Yeah.
like a clock.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you for sharing. And now, we've been in the basement doing some work related to your passions, the things that you love. And now I'm curious about the living room where we are on the surface, and that comes to swag. Like, you've always had swag. You've always walked to the beat of your own drum. You did what you wanted to do. You didn't follow. You was a leader, and you encouraged me to always be a leader.
Yes.
And I value that, and I appreciate that, because what we talked about a little earlier related to what our parents can give us can last us a lifetime.
Right.
The things that's being taught or told to us, we can carry forever. And one thing I carried forever, number one, is leadership. You've always taught me to be a leader. Don't follow,
right.
Find my own path, because you were able to do that. The second thing, which I got friends and family and even listeners quoting you, where, you would always say, do right or follow.
Yes.
Do wrong will follow.
Yes.
Never understood it at the time, but I see it every day. I see it all the time now.
Yeah.
So I live by that, and those are the things that you gave me. So related to this swag, where did you get your swag from to be able to just walk around knowing that I'm enough, I'm good enough, I don't have to compete, I don't have to worry about nobody, I'm okay with being me? Where did this come from, and how did you develop that?
Well, the only thing I could think of, I learned a lot of it from Mama.
Okay.
And I'm glad she come and got me when I finished school. We went places. I would say, I don't want to go. She said, well, you're going anyway. And she would smile. And I found myself doing the same thing. I would say something, okay, I learned that from Mama. And the only way I didn't go with us, I wasn't feeling good. But as long as I was feeling good, she said, well, get up, take a shower, put your clothes on. You're going with Mama. We ain't gonna be gone long. But she said, well, we'll stay gone till Mama get tired. After when we get tired, then I'll let you know it's time to go to the house. And I'm so grateful that she taught that within me.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it, love it. So that's where the swag come from. So this is ancestry. This is grandmama, which is the gift that keeps on giving. This is his mother, which is my grandmother. This is the gift that keeps on giving, that gives you that swag. So now, we's in the living room. We're finna go back in the basement, because we got to talk about what we were sharing earlier related to hearing something that will last, that's lasted a lifetime. And what you heard was related to fear. So if you could share with us this idea around fear and how fear can get in our mind where we don't do certain things. Could you tell us more about your experience with fear and overcoming it?
Okay, fear. Okay, this is the best way I can put it. When I get fear, nervous, I pray first, and then I take a walk, go where some water is, and the water relax your mind. If not that, I'm speaking for myself. I can either face it or not face it. If I don't want to face it, I can go to sleep. And when I wake up, it's all over. It's like it never happened.
Love it. Love it. Appreciate you sharing that. So now for you all listening, these are opportunities. So you're hearing wisdom, you're hearing insight and information from someone who's lived life more than likely longer than a lot of the listeners, but we got a lot of different types of diverse listeners. So this information can help you pivot, can help you shift. So with that said, I'm curious, we're finna go in the kitchen because I need you to cook. So I got a few questions related to cooking, which is your gift, your ability. One of the things, my dad does everything. There's not much he doesn't do. So one of the things that I love that he does, that he passed down to me, was cooking and grilling.
Right.
So cooking and grilling is a big deal. This is who it came from. So your love and passion for cooking, where did that come from? And how have you been able to do this for so long?
Okay, I learned barbecuing open pit from my daddy, brother-in-law, which was Uncle Ed. He used to get, if he didn't have a pit, he would get some bricks, stack them up, even enough to put a rack on top of and if he had just a little charcoal, he would use it. but he would go get some hickory wood or pecan wood and put it down there and pour the lighter fluid on, and he would light it. And once he light it, he let it sit there, let it burn till time to put it out. And he would take the meat, wash it 3 or 4 times. Before you wash it, he'll let it sit, maybe 3 hours in some water and vinegar. Just let it sit. And then I like, why you doing that? He said, well, that's what I learned, when he was growing up. So he passed it on to me. So I sat there and watched. And when I got grown, I started doing the same thing. And here is 2026, and I still remember. I do the outdoor pit in Greensboro. I did one July. I thought about him. I got me some the regular blocks. I stacked 2 on top of, put them in, I had 4 of them. 2 at the front, 2 at the back, and to the right and left. And I stacked it up tall enough where I could put the rack on it. I don't have to bend way over for to lift the meat up. Then I went and took my saw and cut up me some pecan wood. And I cook that meat every time when I cook it, I think about Uncle E.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I want y'all to see the layers. I hope you're seeing this lasagna over here without the G, okay? The G is silent, all right? The G is silent, okay? Let me tell you about the layers. I don't know if you're paying attention. Number one, what I'm noticing, this is why I am an educator. This is why I'm a counselor educator. You are a natural teacher. You've always been a teacher, which is why I'm a teacher. I need y'all to see parallels. Who we are becoming. We're going to be like our parents. He's a teacher. So every lesson, every story that he's sharing, it can also be shared as instructions. So if anybody wanted to do some of these things, you already get the visual, the audio story of how to do things. This is a teacher. This is a natural born teacher, and that's why it was passed down to me. The other piece of this, I don't know if y'all noticed this or not, his love for barbecue came from his uncle. Again, he watched what his uncle was doing and emulated it and still does it to this day. The other piece that he did not mention, he made his own grill.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. How you making your own grill? Like, people go out and buy a grill. People go out and buy the meat. This brother, I need y'all to see this man. He makes the grill. He go butcher the meat.
I know how to do that
He
too.
season it up.
Meat,
He make his own fire, little pit, and barbecue. Listen, this is still in 2026, y'all. This is 2026. That's what he does on his compound down there in Greensboro. So y'all heard it here first. Oh my goodness. So yes, thank you for sharing this love for cooking and grilling. So I do want to make a pivot, and part of this pivot, because we're going in different places and spaces in the house, is I'm curious to know proud moments for yourself. What are some proud moments that you have for you, or things that you've seen over the years?
Well, I'm proud that I've, at a young age, growing up, your parents tell you to do this, you should do this. I'm glad I was able to listen and learn. Because if I hadn't, I would have been doing something that I didn't need to be doing. And stuff you don't need to be doing is catch up with you. And when you catch up with you, you can't run, you can't hide. So I try not to. I'm glad I wasn't often into the doing wrong stuff. I would always try to be the part that's doing right. And I thank God for my daddy, mama, so my grandma raised me. She taught me how to put some seeds in the dirt. The vegetables you go in the store and buy, I know how to put in the dirt. I know how to go to it. I paid for it one time, put in the dirt and grew it and go out there and harvest. And I thank God, for that gift that my grandmother instilled in me. And I still do it today.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So I really appreciate you sharing all these stories, all these instructions, being an educator, being who you are. And I just love the ability to be able to give the world you. I've been with you, 44 years on this earth, expecting another 44. We're here, and now I'm able to share you with the world. And you've been an inspiration to me in so many different ways, and it's why I am who I am. So I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful for this moment. I'm thankful for this opportunity where this is historic. This is Black history. This is healing. This is growth. This is change. This is shift. These are so many different things, and I'm really proud of us. So speaking of being proud. If you could share some other proud moments that you have.
My other proud moments that I have, I'm proud that I took out the time with you at a young age, and I'm proud to see the good things that you have done since you've been grown, since you finished high school and college. I'm proud. I'm so it's so grateful to see the way that you turn out. Send up prayers every day and every night for you and the whole family. And I thank God that I know how to pray, get a prayer through. So all I can say is just keep on keeping up the good work that you're doing.
I appreciate that. 100%. 100%. Y'all heard it here first. Yep. Proud. Okay? I'm doing my thing over here. All right? In these dad streets, and these husband streets, and these man streets, I'm doing my thing. Okay? You heard it here first. So if anybody else got anything to say about it, ain't none of my business. Okay? You heard it from the man. So moving on. Swag, your attire, your appearance. You always have been particular about what you wear. And I'm particular about what I wear because you're particular about what you wear. So tell us more about your idea around fashion, just your ability to be a fashion mogul when it comes to just dress and attire. Tell us about it.
Well, when I was growing up, I used to watch other men that were older than me. And I watch and see how they dress. If they had on something that didn't look comfortable, like, no, I don't like that. don't like that. So I learned that from my mother. When I finished high school and went to Buckeye State in 1977, she would say, "We going to the mall, and I want you to go with me." I said, "I don't want to go." She said, "Well, Mama can't drive, so Mama wants you to drive. So we ain't gonna be going all day." But she would take me into every store in the mall that she went in. I could go in there and watch. And she pick out whatever she wanted. I stand there and watch. I said, "Mama," I said, "this is for ladies." She said, "What?" "Mama, know it's for ladies, but I want you to watch, because one day when you get grown, you might have to pick out some of your girlfriend or your wife, and you're gonna be ashamed when you go in and have to pick out lingerie." And I like, okay. So now I see what she was doing. And she would pick something different from what no one else had. So I'm glad I learned that from her. And I think I know how to pick colors. I ain't crazy about black colors, but if it's a little bit in it, I don't worry about it. But if it's too much, I leave it and I go to the colors that I lack. Try to pick something what I lack, and try to pick what nobody else lack. But I figure if I pick what I lack, then someone else will lack it.
Ooh, that's a bar. Okay, that's a bar. Listen, breadcrumbs and ripples. You can get them or not. All right, you can get these breadcrumbs and these ripples, or you can't. You decide. All right. So this is so good. I really appreciate it. So this is in real time. I'm curious because the listeners want to know, because they heard parts of the story from my perspective, but now I want the listeners to hear a part of the story from your perspective, and that part relates to Disneyland. Yeah. Our trip to Disneyland. So if you could share, what was that experience like for you going to Disneyland for the first time?
Oh yeah, Disneyland. I went there. I heard about it, saw it on television last year and year before. Never thought I would get a chance to go until you told me, okay, when you come up, we're gonna take a trip to Disneyland. And I got down there. I thought it wouldn't be no but a few people. There's so many people that are like, wow. I thought it was just for kids, but I found out it's for adults too. Then I get a chance to ride all the rides and the boats on the water. I loved it there. And the one like, I forget what you call it, that goes up in the air, like with a ferry. It wasn't a ferry.
The cosmic ride?
Yeah. I loved it there. Then we got a chance to go to up in the space there to watch that. Oh, now I never thought I would get a chance to be watching it.
Yeah.
Even though it was fun, but some of it I didn't look at it, but I turned my head, but I still enjoyed it.
The Star Wars ride.
Right.
It was rough. It was rough. For those who haven't experienced Star Wars ride, yeah, you know, you get to decide. I'm gonna keep these eyes open and closed, but it was an experience. So I'm glad to hear that. I'm curious to know, like, just watching your grandsons
Right.
and watching me with them, like, what was that like for you of this moment where we're just all there together, experiencing this in real time?
Oh yeah, I love to see my son, showing his son, putting in time with him, so they would learn stuff at the age that they are, and they won't forget it, because he took time out with him, and I thank God that I took out time with my son when he was that age, and I tell him, I said, well, your son remind me when you were that age, and I said they will never forget it. It'll be a life sharing for them.
Love it. So proud moment for me. Number one, a proud moment is to give you that experience. I feel like this is the reverse of relationship with your parents, where they give you so much influence and information for 17, 18 years of life. You take that information and have your own lived experience, which gives you perspective, and you give that to your children.
Yes.
And the other way you can do is give back to your parents. So we never experienced that for our, from my upbringing. That just wasn't an option, wasn't an opportunity, wasn't a thought, wasn't even there in the radar, wasn't even a breadcrumb.
Right.
So we couldn't go. If you don't know, you can't go.
Right.
That's a bar for somebody. If you don't know, you cannot go.
Right.
So we never went. So to be able to be the gift that gives, where I was able to give my dad an opportunity for us on this side versus I'm upset my dad never took me to Disneyland. There's a difference. And this is what healing looks like, because some of us are still holding on to what our parents did or did not do. And the reality is we're all doing the best we can with what we have.
Right.
That's it. That's all we can do. So with that, I'm in a place he provided for me to be in a place of my own to take care of him in this capacity. So one of my favorite moments was when you saw your quarters, when you saw your room where you were going to sleep at the night before. It had to be my favorite moment before we even got to the park.
Right. Yep.
So I'm curious to know from you, what was that like when we went into the room and I showed you to your room? Like, this is your room, and you didn't know, like, hey, we're going to share this space, this for everybody. But to know, like, this is all your space. What was that experience like for you?
Oh, when I saw that, I was like, wow. Then to see all your credentials in the room, certificates and stuff like that, and pictures, and the way you got it set up, I'm like, wow, this is beautiful. Then I think about, okay, he learned how to decorate the room from me, and I learned from my mother. If I didn't do it right, so no, we gonna fix it like this. But by me taking our time showing you didn't fix it. I probably still could do it, but you didn't pass by me where you had yours decorated. And I just loved it. I was like, wow, that made me so proud.
I appreciate it. Another proud moment, and I'm proud to be able to give you that moment, to give you that experience.
Yes, and I thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You deserve it. You earned it. And this is one. I expect we're going to hit at least 3 parks. Tokyo, I think it's one Tokyo, Japan, wherever we are at, we going. Orlando, we going. So this is going to be a thing because this is what we decided. And for anyone who is in a place and space as an adult that's never experienced Disneyland, Disney World, I'm curating experiences for us. This is wellness at its finest. So it's coming. If you're interested, let me know, and you can be a part of the first cohort that I'm curating experiences for adults who've never experienced Disney or had a bad experience at Disney or have been so long. I want to create the best experiences for us, people like us who've never experienced it. Because for me, I've been to Disney twice in less than a year, which is more than I have in my entire life. And for my dad, at where he is, he went for the first time because of what I was able to expose him to.
Yes.
So understand that you are in a position of influence where you are, and you can give things to your parents that they couldn't give to you. Take advantage of that, because that's exactly what we did.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Thank you.
Always. So let's close this thing up. We got things to do because this is Daddy Sunday, okay? Y'all find your daddy, okay?
That's for real.
Find your daddy, get with your daddy. If you know your daddy, get to know. If you don't know him, get to know him. Ask your uncles. I mean this, y'all. I ain't playing. Find out who your daddy is, your real one. Okay? And if you have an opportunity to make amends, forgiveness, whatever, have a conversation. Because you never know what can happen on the other side. We are all human beings doing human things. So before we get out of here, we do life work. We don't do homework. If you were to offer something to the listener, something that's the gift that keeps on giving, besides the gifts that you already given, what advice or words would you share to help people help themselves?
Life goes on every day. The first thing I do, and you should do, give God the praise. Pray. Ask God to help you, give you strength to overcome whatever you experience in life. And stuff you don't understand, He'll give you wisdom. And just keep love in your heart, mind, every day going forward. Don't look back, but continue to look forward. Look to the hills will come your help. It's God, Jesus Christ.
Love that. Love that. Thank you for sharing. So y'all heard it here first. The man, the myth, the legend. This is a historic moment. This is Black history at its finest. This is what healthy looks like. This is what healing looks like. This is what choosing to be somebody you've never been before by doing something different, uncomfortable, and new every day, and working and striving towards becoming the best version of you, meaning 3 parallels: who you were, who you are, who you're becoming. We are living proof of growth, evolution, healing. You can look at what we're doing and where we are as inspiration for you to do something you never done with your father or the man that's in your life or been a part of your life. Don't take this information as just entertainment or something to hear, something to be excited about, or great stories. Take this information and use it to your benefit. This is for you, the best version of you. And I'm talking about him, all caps, her, all caps, them, all caps, no blue hat. You heard it here first. This has been another phenomenal episode of 3 Parallels Podcast with your host, the Brother Dr. Jason Branch, where we rediscover who we were, embrace who we are, we make room for who we're trying to become. If that is you, you're in the right place, because Gator University is now accepting new students. Enrollment is all year long. You want to be a part of the freshman class for 2026? Get with me. Holla at your boy. Text me, call me, email me, DM me, comment, like, subscribe, do whatever you need to do, because we are here and we ain't going nowhere. That is it. That is all. Good night. Peace.